What is going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new episode here on the channel. In today's video we're going to discuss 5 tips to save your money with your fish pond. So tip number 1, guys, when you start designing your first koi pond, it's very important that you write down on paper what you really want and how the pond should be designed in your garden. And when you've done that, please go to pond builders and pick not one, just pick several and explain what you want and how you want to design your koi pond. So there are a few things you can already be taken care of, and that's of course the filtration system. So when you're designing your koi pond, you don't want to have any flow restrictions in your pipe work. That means that you don't want to have meters of pipe work with a lot of corners going through to your filter system and back to your koi pond. So if you want to save energy, those are the things you can already take care of when you're designing your own fish pond. And second of all, what you can think of is buying second use products like the panels you are using for your koi pond. And it's fine to buy a second-hand filter system for your koi pond. So another important thing you can take care of is when you're designing your koi pond, you know what kind of filtration system you want to use. You can choose between a gravity filter system or a pump fed system. And of course the first one, the gravity filter system, is the one that saves you a lot of money because it saves you a lot of energy. If you want to have more information about a gravity or pump fed system, I'll put a link in the description of another video that you can watch about the difference between those two filter systems. But when you're designing your koi pond, it's important that you know what you want to do with the pond in the future. So how many liters do you want to have your koi pond? How many fish do you want to have in your koi pond? How big are the fish? So those are things you should take care of when you're designing your koi pond. So tip number 2, guys, please buy a good air pump. A lot of people try to save money when they purchase an air pump, but there are 2 things to take in consideration. The first is energy saving of the pump. If you buy a more expensive pump, most of the time they save you more energy than the cheaper ones. And the second thing is the air pumps of higher quality gives you a lot of more liters of air into your fish pond or into your filtration system, and they're also more quiet. So that's also a big advantage of buying a good air pump. So tip number 3, guys, a lot of hobbyists want to heat their pond during the winter time or even during spring and autumn. One of the advantages is that you can create a stable environment for your koi when the temperatures are more stable. So if you want to do that, you can of course install a heater system, but most of the time it's pretty expensive. So the thing that you can do is, for example, buying a heat pump in combination with heat pipes. And tip number 4 is probably one of the most important ones, and those are solar panels. Today I am at Martin, his koi pond. It's a good friend of mine, and he has his solar panels on his roof. And as today it's quite sunny, well at the moment not, but today is quite sunny day, he literally earns money with their solar panels. So that means his whole koi pond is running on free money, free energy. And that is also something you can do when you have, for example, a big aquarium in your house. So, but there are some things you should take in consideration here. One of those things is that you should buy good solar panels. Don't buy the cheapest one, but buy good quality and make sure you get the good advice. The second thing, of course, it depends on where you're living. You need to have a lot of sun hours, especially during the spring, summer and autumn, to get more power out of your solar panels. And the third thing is the location of your house. You want to have the solar panels on the south, of course, because of the sun. If it's not possible, it's not a big problem, but if you have the money to make an investment for solar panels, I would definitely advise you to buy them. I think it's the most important one, your pumps. you can save so much money when you are buying good quality pumps. And I know for a lot of people it is a lot of money to buy one of those, but in the end you will earn it back. Not only on your energy bill, but also because of the lifespan of a pump. It's when you're buying good quality, they take so much longer than the cheaper ones. So when you are buying a good pump, you should take in consideration two things again. So one of the things is the capacity and the volume of your pond. You can better buy a good pump that has more capacity than the volume of your pond. That means that when you are buying that pump, you can always put the pump on 70 or 60% instead of the 100% maximum power of the pump. So in that way you will save money, you will have that extra capacity when you need it, for example when you're flushing your systems or you are changing your pipework to your pond. So buy a good pump and for example check out the Oase Aquamax Eco. Those are very powerful pumps. They're made from titanium, they're made here in Germany, they're very good, and they will save you in the end a lot of money. And tip number 5, guys, I know it's a bit controversial, but if you have a friend that works, for example, with the fire department, or you just have a good connection with the fire department, when you're changing your water or you're building your koi pond, you can save, of course, on your water bill. I know in some countries the water is very expensive, but if you know someone that is working as a firefighter, they maybe want to change some water for example with a good cup of coffee or some beers. So this is tip number 5, guys. This will save you a lot of money if water is very expensive in your country. So guys, this was it. It was a small video, short video. If you liked it, please leave a comment. If you have any tips for our viewers, so if you have any other saving tips, please let me know them in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe and please give this video a thumb up. Martin, thank you so much for filming, and see you in the next video, guys.